সুপ্রিয় দর্শক, সবাইকে স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি দৃষ্টি ২৪ আয়োজিত তারকার ডায়েরি অনুষ্ঠানে। আপনাদের সঙ্গে আছি আমি অন্তরা। এই আয়োজনে আমরা জানার চেষ্টা করি তারকাদের জীবনের অজানা গল্প, সাফল্য সংগ্রাম এবং ক্যামেরার পেছনের গল্প। ইউকে থেকে বাংলা, বলিউড থেকে আন্তর্জাতিক সর্ব অঙ্গনে যার পথ চলার বিচরণ, তিনি আর কেউ নন, তিনি হলেন বিখ্যাত সঙ্গীত পরিচালক, সুরকার এবং সিঙ্গার রাজা কাশিফ। ভাইয়া কেমন আছেন?
আই এম ফাইন। আপনি কেমন আছেন?
আমি তো আলহামদুলিল্লাহ খুব ভালো আছি। আপনি আমাদের অনুষ্ঠানে এসেছেন, আপনাকে দেখতে পেয়ে আরো ভালো হয়ে গিয়েছে মনটা।
Thank you very much. I'll say the same thing as well. I I wish I could speak like this, the way you're speaking, how beautifully words you are using and the way you're explaining. And thank you for such a beautiful introduction. It's always very heartwarming when the presenter is very stunning like you, but also speaks well.
আপনাকে অসংখ্য অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you.
ভাই, আজকে আমরা অনেক গল্প করব, অনেক আড্ডা দিব।
I'll try my best, but thank you also to Drishti 24.
Yes.
I need to say it that way, and it's always a pleasure to be interviewed by channels that want to create something different in the community, in the world. So it's nice, and thank you very much.
ভাইয়া, আপনার সঙ্গীতের পথ চলা কত বছর বয়স থেকে শুরু হয়েছিল?
Oh, this is, I think every musician and every actor, singer says this, that it happened when, at the start, when you're a child. So I still remember I used to sing, I used to enjoy a lot of the Hindi movies at that time. And one actor I became a big fan of a bit later in my life. And when I found out many years later that he was a Bengali, that was Bishwajit ji. And Bishwajit Saab was an amazing actor. I loved the songs that were picturized on him. But anyway, coming back to where I started, so I was very young and I started singing at the top of my voice a lot of religious songs, maybe some naats, nasheeds, and then some songs I used to dance as well. But I became, I remember I became a big Mohammed Rafi Saab fan later in my years. Probably around about 9, 10. So Mohammed Rafi Saab, one of the greatest artists that we have heard in the subcontinent. And Rafi Saab became my idol. And from there it started, and I started listening to some beautiful music. And I became a big fan of just every singer that had been singing in the industry at that time. So from Rafi Saab to Kishore Kumar Saab to Lata ji, Asha ji. Then when I started listening to a lot of music across the border, so one singer stood out the most, and that was Runa Lela ji. So then many years later I found out she was Bengali. And Shabnam ji I've been a big fan of, Robin Ghosh Saab. So I started learning over time that a lot of these artists were actually not from, so if they're working in the Pakistani film industry, they are not from Pakistan, they're from Bengal. So, and they were from Bangladesh after that. So I started researching all these things. So that I'm still researching, I'm still learning.
আপনার ছোটবেলা কেটেছে কোথায়? চাইল্ডহুড কোথায় কেটেছে?
London.
আচ্ছা।
London. I was born in London. I was born in Hounslow, a specific place in just on this just near Heathrow Airport, and that is where I was. I was always in London. I was born in London. My father had migrated to London in 1960s, so that was a very long time ago. It was very, at that time, a lot of people came from the subcontinent and they went to London. So my father was very fortunate at that time to go to London. He got married there, he done secondary school there, and I was born there.
But you were looking Bengali. আমি তো দেখে প্রথমে দেখে ভেবেছিলাম যে আপনি মনে হয় বাঙালি।
I will say this, আমি মনে প্রাণে Bengali, because I have so much love for Bangladesh. And the reason is, obviously, my wife is from Bangladesh, Chittagong, and she gave me a new family. You're my family, Drishti 24 is my family, and everybody. From there, I met the great Runa Lela ji. She brought me to Bangladesh. She introduced me to everybody.
আপনি এত সুন্দর বাংলা বলেন এবং আমি শুনেছি, তো যে কেউ মনে করবে যে আপনি বাঙালি।
আমি তো বাংলা অনেক স্পিডে বলতে পারি না, বাট বুঝতে পারি। আর একটু আমি ট্রাই করব বাংলা সুন্দর
বলার।
বলার, হ্যাঁ বলার। তো আই এম ট্রাইং।
ভাইয়া, মিউজিক ডিরেক্টর রাভির কাছ থেকে আপনার গান শেখার যে অভিজ্ঞতাটা, সেটা কেমন ছিল?
Ravi ji, one of the most melodious music directors that he has given some beautiful compositions to the Indian film industry. And Ravi ji, I have a lot of respect for simple compositions, but very difficult to sing. And Mohammad Rafi Saab, Lata ji, Asha Tai, he composed for everybody. Manade Saab, and he's probably the only composer that has a song for Bidai. तो बाबुल की दुआएं लेती जा, beautiful song. And then आज मेरे यार की शादी है, but दिल के अरमा आंसुओं में बह गए. And songs like भरी दुनिया में आखिर दिल को समझाने कहाँ जाएं. Then Manade Saab has sung a beautiful song of his, ए मेरी ज़ोहरा जबी. Everybody sings those songs, and Ravi ji had he just taught me one thing, that the composition must be sung and composed in a way that it stays in the heart of the audience. And I think 70-80 years after some beautiful compositions that he's made, we still listen to those songs. Even now, the recreations of the songs that we hear are from that era. So Ravi ji I love and I adore so much. But I also have many more teachers. Pyare Lal ji, Lakshmikant Pyare Lal ji, Pyare ji I've learned from, and I always learn from Uttam Singh ji. Then I spent a lot of time with Ravinder Jain Saab. So I have these beautiful memories. Even Runa Lela ji is actually one of my teachers. She taught me how to, if I've made a mistake, how to correct that mistake. While she was the composer, she was the personality who made the melody, and I just arranged the music. But she taught me how to do it. No, I would like this, I would like. She was very firm. She knew exactly what she wanted. Obviously, such experience. So I have had many teachers that I learned from. Kalyanji, Anandji Bhai, I've spent a lot of time with. So all these composers from the subcontinent at that time were super amazing. I remember when I met Shabnam ji, the actress Shabnam ji, and I was always a big fan of Robin Ghosh Saab. Robin Ghosh Saab, being a Bengali, had conquered the Pakistani film industry. He literally used to compose in such beautiful, soft melody, but which would touch the heart. So these have been my teachers and my inspirations over time.
ভাইয়া, ইউকেতে থেকেও সাউথ এশিয়ার মিউজিকটা ধরে রাখা কতটা চ্যালেঞ্জিং ছিল?
See, it's a very good question. That is something I think our forefathers, my father went there in the 1960s, and everybody who went there in the 60s they done the hard work. They created they made their own identity. They created little clubs, and they created organizations which we, as the third generation technically, or the second generation, we are getting all the benefits of the hard work that they created. So for me to keep the South Asian music alive in my heart, it was still, I think, not as challenging as maybe it was for our forefathers. I remember my father used to say that, see, India has been very powerful this way, that through their films and through their music, they have created so much awareness of the culture, awareness of the songs, and their great artists. So, and now if you go anywhere in the world, if you go to any top-end restaurant, you will find somebody from Bangladeshi origin. And that is also very, very special to see. But that's because of our forefathers who created all that. There was a wave that they created. So yes, coming back to your question, it was challenging in another way, but it wasn't as challenging as maybe if I go to a European country. That might be more challenging, where there's less community. London was very, very cosmopolitan, very multicultural, and that's why it was still easier.
লাইফে ফার্স্ট স্টেজ পারফরমেন্স করার এক্সপিরিয়েন্সটা কেমন ছিল?
Once again.
মানে আপনার জীবনের প্রথম স্টেজ পারফরমেন্স করার এক্সপিরিয়েন্স কেমন ছিল?
Always good. I mean, those.
কোনো ইন্টারেস্টিং এক্সপিরিয়েন্স?
I think anything I've done has been interesting. Anything. It's been, even if I supported any charity events, if I done work with orchestras, I mean, what was new for me when I wanted to do Bengali music, I had to start from scratch. I went right back to the bottom. I had to learn who were the greats of Bengali music. So I started listening to so much Bengali music, and I realized that there was a big, vast sort of style of music. The rock music was very strong in Bangladesh. Then the pop industry, the popular music that they had, that was always amazing. So I started listening to all the music and learning. So that experience was probably one of the most challenging ones as well, because I was already doing Hindi music, doing Urdu, Punjabi, and I never done any English music. I listened to a lot of English music, but I never recorded anything in that way. But the Bengali side was probably the most interesting and the most life-changing for me as well, because I had to come and work. I think I'm the only non-Bengali artist probably to get so much love and affection in Bangladesh. And that's a big honor for me. It will always remain one of the most beautiful memories that I'll hold in my heart.
ভাইয়া, আলকা ইয়াগনিক অ্যান্ড দেব আনন্দের সাথে কাজ করার অভিজ্ঞতা আপনার কেমন ছিল?
I've worked with so many artists after that, but Devanand Saab, the great Dev Saab, literally took me from my hand and just said, "Chalo Bombay." So Dev Saab was like that, and Dev Saab also gave breakthroughs to so many artists in the Indian film industry. People like Shakti Kapoor Saab, Mithun Chakravarti Saab, and then Kabir Bedi Saab, Zinat Aman ji, China Munim ji, all of them had been given chances by Dev Saab. R.D. Burman Saab really loved Dev Saab. S.D. Burman Saab, very close to Dev Saab. So for somebody of that stature, that wonderful artist, legendary Dev Saab, takes you to Bombay and says, "Chalo kaam karo." That is something very special. So Dev Saab will always remain in everybody's heart who is from the entertainment fraternity. But in my heart, Amar Kacheton, he's one of the biggest inspirations. And then Alka Yagnik ji. Alka ji, when I got to sing with Alka ji, it was a great honor, because Alka ji was right on her peak at the time I sang with her. And, to compose for her and then sing with her was a great honor. And I still have so much love and respect. But then after that, I worked with Anuradha Podwal ji, I worked with Sadhna Sargam ji, and these are the voices that I grew up with. And they have something very special for all of us from that era, that they have created so many beautiful, beautiful songs. So then I got a chance to work with Adnan Sami bhai. I sung with Adnan bhai. I sang an Urdu Hindi song with him, semi-classical based. But then many years later, I got the opportunity through the great Runaji to record Adnan bhai once again in a duet song, in a Bengali song. So that was a great memory. I also got a chance to work with Asha Bhosle ji, again because of Runaji. Asha Tai, that was a big project, Legends Forever. Then Rahat Fateh Ali Khan sahab, his first solo Bengali song was again composed by Runaji, and I done the music. So all these songs came together. And then obviously working with Runaji, to hear Runaji on a mic for me was a great honor, because she has touched millions of people around the world. But to record Runaji and to hear her with such ease, how she sings, that's something that you learn. And so that's been an honor.
ভাই, আপনি তো বাংলা, হিন্দি, উর্দু, ইংলিশ অনেকগুলো ভাষাতে গান করেছেন। আপনার সবথেকে ভালো লেগেছে কোন ভাষাতে গান করে, বা আপনার পছন্দের কোনো গান যদি আমাদেরকে একটু শোনাতেন?
I'll say one thing. Not only the languages, what makes it beautiful is the 12 notes, the musical notes. Any song will touch your heart. A composition will touch your heart and then you don't worry about the language. The language comes second. But I know one thing, that Bangla is one of the most sweetest languages and the most widest languages spoken in the world. I think it's number 6 now. Is it number 5? I'm not too sure. But I'm learning every day. And I love it when I hear somebody like yourself speaking Bangla, and that just becomes an inspiration for me, that I want to speak like that one day. I love to speak in English and in Urdu, Hindi, and when I'm speaking, I think I express myself very confidently, very well, by the grace of the Almighty. But I always think that I need to learn Bangla with its correct nuances, and how to pronounce every word. And I want to do that soon. So one of the most, I think one of the songs that I really like a lot is a song that originally Elvis Presley Saab had sung. So I've said Sahab, for me, Elvis Presley is one of the greatest artists that the industry has seen. But then I think it was the same year or a few years apart, Muhammad Rafi Saab sung a song with the same composition. And I'll sing it a little bit. कौन है जो सपनों में आया, कौन है जो दिल में समाया, लो झुक गया आसमां भी, इश्क मेरा रंग लाया, ओ प्रिया ओ प्रिया always it touches my heart, because I remember when I watched the film, I watched the movie, this song was repeating in the background score. So the music, even though the song had completed, it came at a very crucial part of the movie. But then afterwards, the song was played on different instruments, maybe the mandolin, dum 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 dum, and it was just very haunting. So this has been one of my most favorite. But I love every song of that era. Any song somebody creates is from the heart. So we have to try to listen to that thing that has been created by the creator. And by the way, one more thing. When we learn singing, we have the saregama, we have a tabla player has the first few bowls of the tabla that he needs to learn, the guitarist has the notes. But when we learn a composition, how do you learn how to make a composition? You don't actually learn. There's no actually direct learning. It comes from the above. So the song is made by the creator above. It's put into the mind of the composer, and then it flows from there. So the composition really has a big effect. And equally, even the writer, same thing. The writer also writes from the heart. So these things are there. That's how I feel it.
হ্যাঁ, বাংলাদেশে কবে এসেছেন?
First time 2018. 18, I think. Yes, 2018 for Runaji's project. Runaji done a project with, she composed for 5 singers, the present generation of singers, Luipa, Hoimanti, Aki Alamgir ji, then Runaji's other daughter, Tani Laila, and Runaji also sung. So 5 songs, and that was the first time I came to Bangladesh to record those songs. And Rubo Music Station at that time was the company that helped me come to Bangladesh. So I have to thank all of these great personalities that have supported me.
ক্যামেরার সামনে রাজা কাশেফকে তো আমরা সবাই দেখি, কিন্তু ক্যামেরার পেছনে রাজা কাশেফ কেমন আসলে?
When I'm composing and something goes wrong, very angry. But angry with not only the situation, but angry with myself. How can I not correct this? But I don't really get very emotional. I think artists are all emotional anyway, where we get emotional in our own... sometimes we feel we've done some wrong things, how to correct them, and then you feel... So I've got this emotional side to me, extreme emotional side. And then, like everybody has, extreme anger. I've got that as well. If something goes wrong, I stick my ground, I'm firm. Then I like also to keep my friends... I love to support friends, but I also have this sort of... I don't know if the right word is expectation, that I expect the friend to also feel for me. But then the Almighty says that why expect from anybody else? Ask me. So I have this spiritual side that when I want something, I ask from the Almighty, please bless me with this. Please make it good for me. If it's good for me, please give it to me. And Almighty has been so... it's been bountiful blessings. I've got so much, and I can never say that he hasn't given me any opportunities. Every opportunity. I've worked with everybody. One person I would definitely like to mention now, one great personality, is Asif Akbar Saab. Asif Bhai I came into his life because I wanted to see him and meet him as a fan. So I used to just go and sit with Asif Bhai. I'm recording with the other singers, but I used to go and sit. And I never had the confidence to say, Asif Bhai, could you sing one of my songs? And then one day I requested, and he said... I think from there onwards, he just said, you know, it's nice when he says, you're part of the family. Tumi to amar. So when he says those words, for me, is very special. So we've done some amazing projects together. Anuradha Podwalji and Asif Akbar Bhai singing together for a Bengali song, launched at the Houses of Parliament in London. That's something very prestigious for me and very memorable at the same time. Asif Bhai was there, Anuradha Podwalji was there. So, you know, we've had our wonderful opportunities that the Almighty has given us.
ভাইয়া, জীবনে কি এরকম কোনো সময় এসেছে যখন মনে হয়েছে যে লাইফটা অনেক চ্যালেঞ্জিং, বা মিউজিককে একদম ছেড়ে দিতে চাই, বা এই টাইমটা আসলে কিভাবে ফেস করেছেন?
Life is a challenge. Life is a challenge, and I'm going to address it now that way. But when the challenge came, you're right. When the challenge comes, most of us, and even me, let's leave this. I don't want to do music anymore. I've said that many times. But as soon as I say that, I have to say also that the Almighty actually has probably got angry with me and says, oh, you don't have any bharosa ya yaqeen on me. So, मैं एक चीज़ आपको उर्दू हिंदी में बताना चाहूँगा कि हम जब नाउमीद हो जाते हैं, उस वक्त हम किसको पुकारते हैं? हम ऊपर वाले को पुकारते हैं. हम ऊपर वाले को कहते हैं कि मैंने ये काम नहीं करना, और बहुत हम लोग उसको नेगेटिविटी के साथ कहते हैं कि even though Almighty has blessed us as singers, as artists, actresses, actors, but then suddenly we say ये नहीं करना. मुझे लगता है कि ऊपर वाला बहुत नाराज़ होता है. वो नाराज़ होके कहता है आपको अच्छा, और फिर आपको दे देता है कुछ, ये भी ले लो. And that's when you realize, आप ऊपर देख के कहते हो, ऊपर वाला आपने एक्चुअली मेरे लिए ये सोचा हुआ था. So imagine अगर I thought कि I would never, I want to do a song in Bangladesh, but I'm not able to get one singer. It's not in my destiny. But ऊपर वाला कहता है आप इस सिंगर के साथ नहीं, आप इस सिंगर के साथ काम करो. So then I worked with this singer. Eventually, after a little while, I've worked with the same singer again. That's the Almighty. Time correct नहीं होता. What we face is we become very negative. We meaning even me. We become very negative, and उस वक्त हम लोग कहते हैं कि नहीं करना ये काम. And ऊपर वाला फिर बाद में कहता है नहीं, आप करो. That's why यकीन रखो. ऊपर वाले से मांगो, ऊपर वाले पे यकीन करो, वो देगा. अगर आपके लिए बेहतर होगा तो डेफिनेटली जल्दी दे देगा, नहीं तो कुछ दिन बाद देगा. So this is what I have faced and I feel and I'm very confident. और अभी तो मैं कभी ये नहीं कहता. नाउमीदी वैसे भी कहते हैं कुफर है. नाउमीद नहीं होना चाहिए, ऊपर वाले से मांगना चाहिए.
আপনার জীবনের সবথেকে অনুপ্রেরণাদায়ক কোন জিনিসটি ছিল বা কে ছিলেন? কে আপনাকে সবথেকে বেশি ইন্সপায়ার করেছে?
सब ने किया. मैंने जितने नाम लिए आपके सामने, everybody has inspired me. You're inspiring me. मैंने अभी right at the start I said that I would like to speak like you, and these inspirations are a must. We must be inspired by somebody. Sometimes people say to me, or I've seen them say to other people, अरे यार मैं थोड़ा सा आपसे jealous हो गया. Jealousy is the wrong word. Actually क्या है कि उनको आपसे inspire होना है. And I'm inspired by somebody else. But you can be inspired by somebody even, who you may feel, oh, I'm not inspired by this one. But you are inspired. You'll do something. Like I just had a tea. And I think wrong cha, I only came to Bangladesh and had. I never had before. I only knew liquor cha, and then we added milk in London. But I never knew that wrong cha is there with lemon, a bit of adrak, ada, a bit of clove. These things I learned here. So that's an inspiration. मुझे ऐसे जाके चाय बनानी है. So I do that. And now because we've done lots of shooting in Sri Mangal and Sylhet, so I've seen all the tea gardens. And I love the tea there as well. So, and the beauty of Bangladesh, I must say one thing. We see a lot of documentaries, and we see one side of Bangladesh. But the actual side of Bangladesh, the beautiful side, the stunning locations must be shown more. So we're going to be a part of that to enhance tourism. It's already, people love Bangladesh anyway. I don't think I can add anything to it, but I will try. I'll try to, shoot on wonderful backdrops to inspire people to come.
মাই ডিয়ারেস্ট মা, এই অ্যালবামটার পেছনের গল্প শুনতে চাই.
That is again a very emotional one, because I think I may have hurt my mum in, you say a couple of words which are not correct out of context. So I wanted to say sorry to her. And I think the only way I could do it was composing a song. So I composed this song, कठी जाती है यूं तो जहाँ के बिना, कुछ नहीं जिंदगी अपनी माँ के बिना. It's a very simple song, very simple concept. So when we finalized the song, I respected Dilip Kumar Saab, Devan Ansab, Pranji and Dharamji to be part of the video. And from the Pakistani film industry, we had Moin Akhtar Saab. And then also I got the opportunity at that time to work with Nadeem Beg Saab. Now I didn't know that Nadeem Beg Saab was also Bengali. So Nadeem Shahib, I found out many years later properly that he was from Bangladesh, went there like Shabnam Ji. So they actually ruled the Pakistani industry. Robin Ghosh Saab, Qazi Nazrulim Saab, Islam Saab, who was a great director in the Pakistani film industry. So these people had really given a lot. So coming back to My Dearest Ma, so the song again was probably one of my first songs that was launched in Parliament in London, and all these great pioneers of the industry were in the video. So I'm singing the song and they are giving small commentaries in the song. So that was my first song that I had done in an apology, in a sorry, to say to my mum.
ভাই মাই ডিয়ারেস্ট মা এই অ্যালবামের যে কোনো একটি গান যদি আমাদের দর্শকদের উদ্দেশ্যে গেয়ে শোনাতেন।
कट ही जाती है यूं तो जहाँ के बिना, कट ही जाती है यूं तो जहाँ के बिना, कुछ नहीं कुछ नहीं कुछ नहीं जिंदगी अपनी माँ के बिना, कट ही जाती है यूं तो जहाँ के बिना. That sort of a style, I think it says everything, and everybody will relate to this song. If I do it in Bangla today, I think everybody will understand the same thing as well.
চমৎকার। ভাইয়া বাংলাদেশ মিউজিক ইন্ডাস্ট্রির সাথে আপনার কোলাবোরেশন নিয়ে প্ল্যান কি?
Oh, I want to do lots of collaborations. I think every artist that is working in the Bangladeshi music industry, I love their music. I love to learn from them new sounds. There's some great artists that are working now, and I would love to collaborate with all of them as much as I can. I would love to also share my experiences, my acoustic sounds that I work with some excellent musicians around the world. I would like to share all that with them, and also would like to work with Bangladeshi musicians who are phenomenal as well. They're very good, and I want to get more opportunities. So all the singers that I've heard, that some I'm friends with, some I know personally, I would love to work with them even more.
ভাইয়া তারকার ডায়েরি অনুষ্ঠানে এসে কেমন লাগলো?
Oh, program is going to be one of my memorable programs because you gave me very beautiful questions that I was able to answer. You gave me room, and I think I answered everything I wanted to say. So I've told everybody how I feel, how much I love Bangladesh, how much I love Bengali music, how much I love coming to Bangladesh. So thank you very much. Your program is wonderful. You're a wonderful host, and Drishti Chobish, on আমার পক্ষ থেকে ওনার অলওয়েজ শুভকামনায়।
অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ ভাইয়া আজকে আমাদের অনুষ্ঠানে আসার জন্য।
I would just like to thank everybody who has given me so much love and affection over the years, and also Drishti Chobish, I need to thank them daily because I was able to express all my love and affection through this podcast, and everybody who's watching, if I've made any mistakes in Bangla, in some of the songs that I have composed, please accept my apology and give me another opportunity to do more work, to do more Bangla songs, and to learn. And I'm still learning. Like I say, I want to do lots of collaborations, so I need you, the audience. Thank you very much once again, and thank you for listening to this podcast.
প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনারা দেখছেন দৃষ্টি 24 আয়োজিত তারকার ডায়েরি অনুষ্ঠানটি। আর দেখতে দেখতে চলে এসেছি আমরা অনুষ্ঠানের একেবারে শেষ প্রান্তে। দেখা হবে আগামী অনুষ্ঠানে আবার অন্য কোনো তারকাকে সঙ্গে নিয়ে। সে পর্যন্ত সবাই ভালো থাকুন, সুস্থ থাকুন এবং দৃষ্টি 24-এর সঙ্গেই থাকুন। আল্লাহ হাফেজ।